Hello Secondary 1. Today we are going to study the Unit 2 Cell Structure and Function in Chapter 1 Cell Theory. At the beginning, let's remember what's the meaning of the cell. Cell, it is the building unit of living organisms which can carry out all vital process. I have a lot of types of cells. Like examples, we have the nerve cells. Nerve cells called neurons. Neurons are long to be able to send messages from the spinal cord and the vertebral column to all body parts. Okay? Nerve cells, as we see, it's shaped, have dendrites and axon terminals, and the axon have myelin chest, and the atom and the body cell. This is the shape of the nerve cell. Okay, muscle cell. Muscle cells, they are long cells with cylinder shape which form muscle tissue. Form what? Muscle tissue. But what is the ability? They have the ability to contract and relax, to able to move your muscles and your body. And its shape, as we see, it is long and wide, so it can contract and assemble. The cell theory. What's the meaning of cell theory? Who discovered it and who's its name? It's Robert Hooke. Robert Hooke, an English scientist who discovered cell. He invented a simple microscope in 1965 and examined a piece of cork using it. He concluded that it consists of a number of tiny vacuoles. He named these vacuoles cells. The word cell is derived from the Latin word cellula, which means vacuole or small chamber. Okay? Right. Anton van Leeuwenhoek. Anthony van Leeuwenhoek is a Dutch scientist. He was fascinated about lenses in 1674. He used these lenses to make a simple microscope of magnificent power 200. This microscope was used to examine blood and lakes and water and other things. Therefore, Leeuwenhoek was the first to see the world of living cells and microorganisms. Okay? Martin Children and Thunder Schumann. Martins is a German scientist who discovered in 1938 that all plants consist of cells. Seyder is a German scientist who discovered in 1839 that all animals consist of cells. Rudolf Virchow. Rudolf is a German physicist who states in 1855 that cell is a functional and the building unit of all living organisms. Cells are produced only from cells that existed before them. Okay? Number 10. Cell theory has 3 laws. What is the laws of the cell theory? All living are composed of one or more cells. The cell is the basic unit of structure and function and organization in all organisms. All cells come from pre-existing living cells. Number 11. Light microscope. And what is the properties of light microscope? Light microscope, it was the only method available for scientists till 1950. Properties of light microscope, it depend on light, sunlight, and artificial light. It can magnify things by cutting them to thin slices which allow light penetrate them. It can magnify things up to 1,500 times according to the magnificent power. Okay? The magnificent power of light microscope, magnification power in the cellular lens X, magnification power of the objective lens. Okay? This is the photo for light microscope. Okay? Next one, we have two methods of increasing the differentiation between parts of samples which dying and changing, dyeing certain parts of the sample to become clearer, as what happened when examined white blood cells. Disadvantages of method: dyes kill living samples, changing the level of lighting. Electronic microscope, as we see, we have electronic microscope. This is a photo for him, electron microscope. Let's know what it is the kind of electronic microscope. We have two types: scanning electronic microscope used to study the cell surface, and the transition electronic microscope used to study the internal structure of the cell. Okay, thank you guys. See you the next session.